Most people die of a sort of creeping common sense, and discover when it is too late that the only things one never regrets are one's mistakes. There is something terribly morbid in the modern sympathy with pain. One should sympathize with the color, the beauty, the joy of life. The less said about life's sores the better. The critic has to educate the public, the artist has to educate the critic. Men marry because they are tired, women, because they are curious, both are disappointed. If one cannot enjoy reading a book over and over again, there is no use in reading it at all. Nothing can cure the soul but the senses, just as nothing can cure the senses but the soul. As long as war is regarded as wicked, it will always have its fascination. When it is looked upon as vulgar, it will cease to be popular. Every portrait that is painted with feeling is a portrait of the artist, not of the sitter. Woman begins by resisting a man's advances and ends by blocking his retreat. I suppose society is wonderfully delightful. To be in it is merely a bore. But to be out of it is simply a tragedy. If one could only teach the English how to talk, and the Irish how to listen, society here would be quite civilized. A man can't be too careful in the choice of his enemies. I want my food dead. Not sick, not dying, dead. Whenever a man does a thoroughly stupid thing, it is always from the noblest motives. Alas, I am dying beyond my means. I like persons better than principles, and I like persons with no principles better than anything else in the world. Women are never disarmed by compliments. Men always are. That is the difference between the sexes. There is always something ridiculous about the emotions of people whom one has ceased to love. In England, an inventor is regarded almost as a crazy man, and in too many instances, invention ends in disappointment and poverty. In America, an inventor is honored, help is forthcoming, and the exercise of ingenuity, the application of science to the work of man, is there the shortest road to wealth. Hatred is blind, as well as love. America had often been discovered before Columbus, but it had always been hushed up. There is a luxury in self-reproach. When we blame ourselves, we feel no one else has a right to blame us. Those who find ugly meanings in beautiful things are corrupt without being charming. This is a fault. Do you really think it is weakness that yields to temptation? I tell you that there are terrible temptations which it requires strength, and courage to yield to.